Hello everybody. Today I'll be continuing the verse 1987 Cosmic Overture. We are on chapter 10. A freezing rain.
The name is Pointer, researcher in LSCC Plesetsk branch. The reason I joined, the same reason I quit. Nothing matters more than people's lives. All the research I've done has been for one purpose, to make people's lives better.
She's such a good character area like her. Can she be playable? Please?
Pointer, there you are. How's everything going?
Winslow doesn't mind her quitting. However, she runs into Pointer at the branch office. She always stutters a few words, often with updates on the aerospace team.
I heard you're busy with the evacuation. Seems many stores in Mirny have already closed up.
As soon as I finish the handover here, I'm heading back into town to help with packing, coordinating, and explaining the situation to the locals. Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. You know, Hisabeth said that exact thing when I asked about the team's progress yesterday. They seem to be doing all right.
Good.
Winston takes a small box out of her coat, nudging the conversation.
Oh, by the way, I've got some seats left. Do you want to take them off my hands?
Do I look like a gardener to you?
Well, it's just that I heard from a few people here in Mirny that a Laplace researcher was giving out sunflower seeds. And it wasn't me, so I've been wondering just who it could have been. Don't you want some? Seriously, everyone loves them.
On the day Ponder left for Plaza's Cosmodrome, she handed out the seats to everyone she passed. What is she thinking? Well, what was she thinking? Maybe she just wanted to break out the old ties and stop herself from turning back. He keeps his back, saving it for the right moment.
Thanks. So, who ended up signing the application?
Hisabeth will, when she goes to collect the monitor and report our research to Ludwig. She says it's more likely to get approval that way.
They don't know when to stop, do they?
They don't know the meaning.
Stop. If the fish get startled, then they won't eat anything.
I see, Miss Elizabeth.
She sprinkles the fish food carefully over the water surface, hoping for those fragile little creatures might
I
cling to
finished
the
the full
food.
inventory check. There's more runium left than we thought. Now, where should I put these useless old files? I was thinking we could use them for draft paper.
Maybe you can turn them into a knife or something. A knife would be more useful at this point. You know, to cut fruit or whatever.
Actually, that card there on the table would work better for that.
Why's that?
It's all about the material. Metal makes a better edge than paper. Never quite understood why you made them like that.
Oh, I was testing out a new alloy. I used it to make wind songs and pointers cards. It gets harder and sharper when heated. Give it a rub with your hands and you can use it as a letter opener.
Their words are off. They've been trying not to bring up Ponter's dispatcher to pretend like not everything is still just as it was.
The ritual still isn't stable enough. We need a specific location or area to set as a destination in advance. But first, we need a way to pinpoint a recognizable area. The formula should be...
Miss Winsong sent me a message. She said, don't forget to collect the monitor.
Oh, she sent it to you too? Tell her I said thanks. No, that number doesn't look right.
I tried my best. But those arcane minerals you were asking for are scarce as all hell. I haven't been.
Then we'll carry on without them.
Sorry, I skipped his dialogue. I misclicked.
That's it.
I'll play it out again.
Nope, wrong again.
I tried my best. But those arcane minerals you were asking for are scarce as all hell. I haven't been able to find a single supplier.
Nope, wrong again.
Pointer was the master of numbers. With that brain of hers, she'd have had this over and done by now.
A sound at the corner of the room draws her attention. Figures stacking pieces of mirror shards into a wobbly tower. In the lamplight, big sparkles, strangely memorizing.
Careful, don't hurt yourself. They're more powerful than they seem.
Voyager nods on the big but asserting gesture, and he's a bit turned back, ready to focus on the data. The fire silence is broken, and other words spill out.
Miss Elizabeth.
The little would-be astronaut walks over and stands behind Elizabeth, ready for her to approach so closely.
I have a question for you. Sorry if it's not a good time, but it's important to me. And it's something I hope you'll answer honestly.
Startled by the calming topic, meaning that he broke the fish tank accidentally, he scrabbles to scoop out the falling fish from the floor.
Sorry, ladies, please ignore me. I'm not here, and I didn't hear a thing.
Но если я заплачу, мисс Киперина, умная молодая девушка, неудивительно, что она быстро во всем разобралась. Вы согласны?
I love when they speak their native language. They sound so good when he speaks Russian. Elizabeth looked down at her. The upturned face is young, but so very determined.
So, what's your question?
Miss Pointer said something before she left about places and people disappearing into the storm. It's hard to believe that she would ever give up on our mission, unless she knew the price of failing was truly horrible. Then the storm can't just be some normal kind of natural disaster. This storm will destroy everything, won't it?
She doesn't even know how long the question has sat in this bit of her chest. In her glass marble eyes, Elizabeth sees a brightness welling up. She doesn't know how to respond, but silence can be an answer too, and the girl understands.
All the people we know, all the bears, birds, this fish, everything, the lost future that you talk about. Was it the first to disappear? Or are there more that have been lost? Will this
Sorry.
things are much worse than you let on.
Let me play it again.
The lost future that you talk about. Was it the first to disappear? Or are there more that have been lost? Will the same thing happen to our time? What else has changed in the future?
The light in her eyes fades. Not completely. Caterina has long understood that tears won't change anything.
Many things changed. Some things won't last nearly as long as people think they will. For you, the world might seem to have turned upside down, but life will go on.
Pointer is gone. Whistle has never her own geological surveys. Now everyone left seems to be looking his a bit for nursing. She tried to shoot towards the library, but she has ever been conflicted, so she doesn't know how to comfort others.
So, now that you know what's at stake, are you ready to officially join Laplace? I'm afraid there is still a great deal I cannot tell you until then. Many of the answers you're seeking are classified, for employees only.
Pardon me, Miss Hissever. But given the danger of the mission we are expecting Kiparina to perform, I think she has the right to know what the storm really is.
Exactly. Good for you, Nimde. Caterina needs to know.
I understand that you don't want to go against Laplace's rules. But I'll bet there aren't any rules against me figuring it out. And you simply nodding. Am I right?
Isabel nods, so Caterina goes on.
I won't get to see Mr. Kozlov or get that gift in the future. So, if I join Laplace, I won't see anyone from Utranyaya ever again.
She hesitates, but alas, nods again.
The choice is yours. I won't force you to do anything. Remember the day we first met in the restaurant? I said I would write you a recommendation. I was serious. I still am. In fact, it's already done. Winsung has signed on to it too. And our Foundation friend behind you is prepared to offer another guarantee, just in case. We will make a recommendation for your friend Voyager as well, but that's all we can do. I'm afraid we can't protect everyone, nor can we make this decision for you. Do you want to keep going?
The question isn't just for Caterina. If they recover the data, if the data is any good, maybe someday no one will have to worry about the storm ever again. But what if they put their lives in jeopardy and gain nothing for it?
If you don't, you'll be allowed to return and accept what's to come. But if you join us, there is a chance to change things.
That is her answer. The only answer she needs to keep going. Plans come by chance. Silence has weight, like sand piling layers on layers. On one chest, eventually it can suffocate. The sobs barely reached her. 2 or 3 is not far out of they can burst.
I will complete my mission.
She speaks with clarity, as if making a solemn vow.
And if I successfully come back with the data, I'll consider joining Laplace. But I can't make a decision now. I need more time to think. I will stay until my job is done. You don't have to worry about that. That is what Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov and my friends in the circus would all want. It is the right thing to do.
Poor girl, she's just a child and you have to think to go through so much. I feel for her.
If you'll excuse me, I should return to my training. I'll see you later.
She's already on the move before the last words is spoken, leaving behind another layer of suffocating silence. It doesn't take long before someone else tries to wriggle out from it, too.
Us too. Need to double check the warehouse inventory. Might find something useful.
Wait, haven't we done that already? Those...
Alright, we'll let you know if we find anything.
They leave the room, one after another. In the corner, Voyager seems extremely unsure of what to do.
Join them if you want. I have some unfinished business.
Moments later, the last light fluted silhouette exits the room. The familiar gold glint rests at the far end of the hallway, her head lowered against the wall. Boyer tries to approach her but hesitates, stopping mid-step, looks around to make sure the hallway is empty, then lifts her violin onto her shoulders.
Alia.
The music strings, her voice twists together like trembling threads, calling.
Was that you? Did you just say my name?
Yep.
You weren't up to...
As she sees those flickering sparks, her voice flatters. Then, in a heartbeat, Boyer resumes her usual appearance.
Stars. Good. Alia. Happy.
Elizabeth has the office to herself for once. The progress she had hoped would come to her is still elusive. After yet another failed calculation, she sets her pen down and reconsiders her goals.
These calculations need to be finished today. The teleport ritual requires the caster to recite the location. It could be understood as calibrating in a way. Let's continue with that thought. The destination must be preset, and the ritual casts through incantation. But the further the distance, the harder it is to stay on target. If only there were an arcane reaction strong enough and unique enough to calibrate to.
It's only then that she noticed the strangers of the moment, which is abruptly broken by an arcane energy motor as less on as air's bleeding alarm. Blinding light flashes across the entire stream, then goes off. The instrumental detention ratio is small, barely beyond their nearby hallway. She narrowed a point of full-on collision. Luckily, she catches herself using the girl's shoulders.
What happened? Are you alright, Miss Isabeth?
Was that you? Did you cast that arcane spell just now? No, those energy levels were too high for you, beyond most arcanists. Who was with you just now?
But guys, Boyaker is I think an alien that got the golden record from the real Boyaker. So yeah, she's like an alien, so she had like a bunch of arcane energy. I think that was Boyaker.
Voyager. She was just trying to make me feel better. Did it interfere with your experiments? I apologize, Miss Isabeth. I promise it won't happen again. She just left. If you want to find her, I'll go with you.
Are you saying she was the one that cast that arcane spell?
Yes. It was so pretty. It was like...
a neutron star.
It's obvious that the concept is beyond Caterina. She tilts her head expectantly.
It's a type of highly magnetized star that emits powerful beams that can be traced to show us its precise location. We call them the beacons of space. Such a strong arcane reaction would be so bright that it'd be trivial to locate even from an extreme distance.
I don't know much about space, but it sounds like the difference between finding a star in the sky and looking for the sun. But then the universe is also very big. I imagine if you were looking from far enough away, even the sun would seem small.
Mad, I'm afraid you're right. When comparing all the stars in the observable universe, our sun is far from the largest or brightest, only the closest. We can't assume proximity in our case. But then, there's still got to be a way, no?
Capturing the fleeting aura, he places a new train of thought forward.
Before the storm arrives, the levels of arcane energy in all affected areas will be greatly amplified. But what about places that won't be affected? Perhaps then the trick will not be to look for the light in darkness, but for the darkness in the light. Like finding a dim bulb in a string of Christmas lights.
I places her hand on Caterina's shoulder and makes a promise.
If that's the case, I can adjust the portion of runium in order to focus the disc precisely on Placids. If this works out, then I guarantee you will arrive home safe and sound.
1987 passes 2 months before the storm.
Understood. Take care.
She ends the call and waits out the Zulid walking her away.
What are you up to?
I've been communicating with the garrison in Mirny. They've picked up some abnormal critter activity during their patrols. Another batch of residents is set to evacuate too. I'll head over to help them shortly. What about you? Your geological survey? Are you staying at the branch, or will you head back to HQ?
Haven't found anything that's worth digging up yet, but I've decided to give it another try. Should be back here in time for the evacuation. Though I'm hoping to stick around for my little apprentice. She said she'll only give us her decision on joining Laplace once she's back from her mission. I can't wait to hear the good news. You still pretending not to care?
My concern, whether it exists or not, will have no tangible effect on their results. I just hope they don't kill themselves for nothing.
Hisabeth is planning a final teleportation test the day after tomorrow. I'll be observing from the meeting room. You know, the one we always use upstairs? Early in the afternoon.
I'll likely be in Mirny by then.
Brief silence follows. In the pause, Winston deftly shifts the topic to come speak his glass tank in the crowd.
Hey, Ulrich. We meet again.
Ulrich, I love you. Please be playable soon. Because he will be playable in 2.9 for the anniversary. So, be playable faster. Anyway.
You look even worse than when we last met.
Ah, Miss Winsong. And Pointer? What have we here? Two of our busiest bees working together in the Plessis branch?
Pointer has no idea why Ulrich looks even worse. His expression, as ever, is not predictable, so she simply nods to him.
So when is this humanitarian vacation of yours over? Any interest in sparing a little time to watch something fun?
If by something fun you mean Dimitri's party, then thanks, but no thanks.
No, not that. I told you about it before. Hisabeth's teleport disc experiment.
Ah, yes, that one. You know, word of it is already spreading through HQ and all the other branches.
And? What's the impression?
I wouldn't categorize it as good, but it has certainly become a contentious topic.
At least one of the bigwigs is supportive, Madame Lucy. It seems she intends to keep our experiment going either way. She even invited a prominent string theory researcher to HQ. As I said, even if we don't get the results we hoped for, the work itself can be illuminating.
Then silent researcher Liz offers the way to attract the attention of the room.
Excuse me. I have obligations to attend to. Let's talk again later.
She walks off, leaving Ulrich and Winston to watch her as her figure passes the hallway and away. Several minutes pass, and Winston gasps.
Blin, I forgot my badge. And Pointer's gone. How am I supposed to get back to the lab? Sorry, Ulrich. Do you mind walking me back? By the way, you didn't answer whether you'll be at Hisabeth's experiment.
Perhaps even the starring cast must have sung to sing too. Dear Camille, how long has it been since we last spoke? The long tug of war with the cold drained all my energy. Only today did I manage to warm up enough to dip my toe in ink and write to you. Sibyl is doing well. Maxine and Alexander always help her think of in parallel, and Monique, as usual, keep things under control at critical moments. Serpents have been showing more and more signs of thought lately. I think it's only a matter of time before he speaks. Laying sleeper than ever, staying in heated rooms around the clock. As for Kanto and Pierre, they're the same as always. And me, I didn't just hibernate. The local literature has filled the gasmic collection that Sylvie once ruthlessly discarded. The Melusines were deeply moved by those actors' vivid portrayals of suffering and death. Yet even within the darkest themes, the author's exploration of new paths brim with vitality, dreams, and a defiant sense of romanticism. However, I read the literature to her, memories became unusually vivid, and she recalls one line in particular with striking clarity from Plazac's February. Then threw a parcel of rice perchance, tempering the fire of pain. Of course, there's no way to verify this, and Sylvie would never admit it. But I believe she's the most romantic in our family. Or maybe the second most. After all, after me, I wish you were part of the Boaz family too. That way, you truly understand what Sylvia's memories feel like when she sees a shooting star. I totally hope we can talk about all this someday. You got your Sylvie little challenges complete. You could visit Plaza. I promise, Sylvie, that will both be warmly waiting to welcome you. Your dear friend, Estelle. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.